How about that, eh? This VHS video cassette is designed exclusively for use with video recorders that carry the VHS mark. So don't go putting any V2000s in it or trying a beta because it won't work. Well, I've been doing a bit of a repair job today for a friend. Now, if you were around in the 80s, and yes, I admit to being that ancient and then some, chances are that you, or perhaps your parents, either owned or rented a video machine like this. This is a JVC HR 7200EK, also called a Ferguson Video Star, as a 3V29, and an ITT telerecorder as a 3913, and I've seen them badged Baird and rarely as a Nord Mend. But this old thing is a JVC, belongs to a friend of mine, and he rang me up the other night, said it won't go properly, the picture keeps disappearing and the sound's all funny. And how do you mean, muffled or drunk? And he said it sounded drunk. I said, new capstan belt. So he brought it down here, and I had a look inside, and sure enough it was just full of fluff and dust and gungy old grease and dry bearings, and of course slack belts. This machine was actually new sometime in the spring of 1983, and I know that because on the capstan motor there's a little label stuck to it and it says February the 8th 1983. These were wildly popular with radio rentals and Granada and so on, and I have actually seen, now I think of it, this machine with Granada here. I think it might have been up there, I really can't remember, but it was the same machine. They tended to be made in Japan, but some were made over here under license in the UK. Click clunk, that's it. Oh. Another thing that was happening, when you switch this off, the feed spool runs back very slightly and it pulls the tape back into the tape cassette. As you see, you pull it out and, well, that's it. But it wasn't doing that before, so there was a loop of tape. So every tape you put in it and ejected, it was creasing up. Not good. This is very similar to my own JVC machine. About the only difference I could really see is that mine has another switch here which allows you to program the time in for a time of recording, or just run the clock or set the clock depending on the setting of the switch. Down here is a microphone plug and a remote plug for a wired remote control. There's a switch there, it says auxiliary and TV, and if you put it on auxiliary you could speak into it like a tape recorder, or else plug in a huge video camera, and that was quite a thing. Next to it is your tracking control, and up top you've got all the usual buttons for eject there, which is purely mechanical, the main switch off, on and timer, and your basic video playing and recording controls. It's got an audio dub button as well, so that microphone socket was quite useful. Tape counter has a memory function. If you press the memory button, when the thing had wound on to that point, it would shut off. 8 channel selectors there, and if you lift the top up, there are 8 little knobs to adjust each one, and the AFT switch, once you set it up, flick that to on and the channels wouldn't drift at all. You've got the clock controls here in the middle, and you press that one and the hour button to get the thing to read the right hours, and then minutes and minutes on that one. If you're going to start recording on it, it will show you the day as well. Actually, that is another little difference with this one. It doesn't show you the day, whereas mine does, whether it's recording or not. You switch it on, it's just there. And sure enough, it's saying Tuesday. So, quite a little museum piece, and now restored to full working order. You can get a repair kit for these, and I'm thinking of doing that because obviously I've got one, well I've got two actually. I found an ITT one on the dump the other day. So I might get 3 of those, because then I can do my 2 and his as well. Because as he says, if you do that, he says it'll see me out. Well, he's over 70, I hope it's not quite that short a time to go, but there you are. You never know what's around the corner. I found that out this year, certainly. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this trip back in nostalgic time, and I'll see you again soon.